And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Wow. I'm flustered. I'm starting the show flustered.
Why are you so flustered, Big J? It's The Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Oakerson. We did a Lost Tapes for tomorrow's episode, and it went down a whole weird path down to Florida and the white Joker and the black Joker, and we'll cover it all tomorrow at 6 p.m. And then I exposed Jay to the ATL twins, who are from the movie Spring Breakers, but also might have a tie to our connection to Jackson.
Jackson, as in Roman and Sierra's Jackson.
Roman and Sierra's Jackson, also known as...
That fucking prick who got the red.
Jacob's favorite shadowy figure. Some people like Roger Stone, some people like other shadowy figures in the government. Jacob likes Jackson.
Yeah, we've really worked it backwards to find out who Jackson is, but I am, where I was saying I'm flustered, is these ATL twins are... This is a thing? I mean, I feel like I'm always on the... finger on the pulse of this kind of stuff, and I've never heard of these two. It's insane.
I mean,
it's lit.
They're two twins that were skating and then got big in the Spring Breakers movie, and Vice did a couple articles on them.
They didn't get big in the Spring Breakers movie.
Or they got big because of a
They're
feature.
in a lot of movies, you're saying?
I don't know. I saw them in something recently.
What? I mean, holy shit, what do they do? They don't do anything.
They're twins.
That's they're doing twins?
They're doing it.
I mean, it's really crazy to me.
Stu and Lou are our twins. They're our resident Bonfire twins.
Yeah.
Do you feel any camaraderie with these two, Lou?
No, they're like different aliens.
Despite Lou's constant attempts, him and Stu have never fucked a chick together.
Well, that's part of the documentary we were just watching off air, is that these two guys share girls. They always share girls.
And they go, yo, law girls. First of all, people think we wiggers, and I don't understand where I come from. Like they couldn't be talking more. They wear grills. They're paralegals during the day. So, again, if it makes sense, the fact they're paralegals, again, to me, like, says they come from, like, an okay household, man. And it's just like...
Baby Driver. They were in Baby Driver. I knew it.
Were they really?
Yeah. They're in one of the final scenes. I was like, that's the ATL twins.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're ridiculous. They're born in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Where are they from now? Are they Florida dudes now? Oh, Atlanta.
Yeah, they're from Chattanooga.
That's right. They're the ATL twins. I'm an idiot. But, I mean, like, they're so... I mean, we were actually going to go stay with this 21-year-old bitch when we were 13. And that's how they talk, and it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, I think they had...
And it's not product of the environment. You choose to fucking talk the way you talk.
Yeah. Vice has a very long article on them that I read fucking like 5 years ago. I remember... When is it? 2011?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
But why is there a
6
world
years ago.
where it's like you could talk like, and these girls are like, yeah, I guess I'll fuck these twins, and he's like, yo, you know what's great about fucking a bitch with your home, like
with your brother?
So just like talking like that, like
Yeah.
all day long, really?
Like, you don't know there's awful chicks in the world?
Oh, well, we saw...
No, of course
we
I
saw
know
a
that.
couple last night, which should lead us into fucking what we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, we got to come back to this. This can't be an.
I'm telling you, that'll be a thing that we have to dive deep in, but we should do it after the lost tapes of tomorrow's episode, so people know how we fell down this wormhole.
All right,
because we do too much Terminator timelines on these motherfuckers, and we have to.
Okay, all right.
Because we got there by going down a certain rabbit hole of retardation.
It's a whole new thing. You're right. Okay, all right, that's fair enough.
Because what we saw last night, we know it's going to take a while for us to talk about everything we saw last night. Because we were together, out and about. Me, you, Christine, and our friend Wayne went and saw The War on Drugs at Terminal 5, a band that we've seen before at Bonnaroo when we were there doing shows.
A sweltering, sweaty event.
And then you and I saw them at Radio City Music Hall with Sal and Wayne and Lisa Ann. It was very fun. And then last night was Christine's first chance to see them outside of the heat of Bonnaroo.
I'll say 2 for 2, by the way, on Wayne Rada leaving early.
Yeah.
At War on Drugs, 2 for 2. I thought Sand's boyfriend this time, he'd be more mixed into the group. Mm-hmm. But nope.
Well, there you go.
Wandered off.
He is not a War on Drugs fan.
I think it's two to find out he's not a war on drugs fan.
Took 2 concerts for him to be like, I don't think he's into the war on drugs. But we showed up at Terminal 5. We got there on time. The opener was still on. We were worried about that. Got a good seat on the floor level. Terminal 5, great venue.
Not a seat, good standing spot.
Standing spot, but I'm saying like we had our area on the main floor. I love Terminal 5 for shows.
Listen, it's fine. Again, me and you, tall guys, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are tall guys. That really does help in a concert. I tend to go to a lot of concerts with Christine, and I spend most of the time my own stupidity and anxiety just like worried that she can't see anything. And she's not saying anything to me because she doesn't want me to be worried about it, but it's all I think about. I'm consumed by it. So I hate it. People invading personal space, the whole thing. And we, for some reason, posted up by... It had to be all the worst people in this concert.
I didn't even tell you something that happened last night. That I couldn't even tell you what happened because the concert started right as it happened.
You got raped in the bathroom.
Yes.
I knew it.
I fell in love. Guys, I want you to meet my new bathroom husband. This is John. When we were getting ready, there was a drunk guy on his phone by the post that we were standing by. I don't know if you guys saw him on his phone constantly.
I saw him. I saw him nonstop. First of all, like he was going to puke or something.
Yeah, well, you know what he was doing? Took a picture of me, sent it to his friend, then Googled me from Billions, and then I saw him I saw my face on his phone, and it was fucking creepy.
That's super creepy.
And I was like, God damn it! And when I looked back at him, he did a weird thing where he just started staring at the pole, and I'm like, this guy's a fucking weirdo. But he was...
Is that because he was leaning against the pole, facing away from the stage? Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, he was looking at me and Google it because I saw it right before they came out. We were talking. I was like, this motherfucker. I said that, and you're like, what? I was like, nothing. Never mind. Because I was like, this guy. Because I just saw it on his phone. It was like he had a big phone, and it was a picture of me at Axe Capitol, and I'm like, this fucking weirdo.
He worked backwards from Billions to find out. That's great.
Yeah, and then
texted somebody.
Yeah, I saw him like there was like a picture. I was like, this motherfucker.
That guy particularly was very bad on personal space.
Yeah. Also,
I felt like I felt arm touching with Christine a lot over the course of that concert.
I'm a happy camper.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Not any kind of a dick sexual, just like a guy just didn't. I mean, Christine, am I crazy? Was that guy arm rubbing against your arm like a ton? I fucking hate that.
There was a camper there because when we were leaving, I thought I heard it, but someone did. They yelled out, "Move your big head." They go, "Soder, move your big head," and I looked to be like, did I hear that? Because also I was very high on edibles.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very high at that concert, which was great for the concert. But when we were leaving, someone yelled that, and I don't mind that. Like, if you know Jay or I from this show or anything else, say hello. It's creepy when you don't say
we got
hi.
to go past the entire line.
Yeah.
But no one really acknowledged why we got to go past the entire line.
I don't know. But I'm saying if you see Jay and I and Christine out at a concert, just say hi. Don't fucking Google and take a picture. It's fucking weird. It feels creepier. It feels like a zoo animal as opposed to you being like, hey, man, I like your shit. And you're like, cool, nice to meet you, man.
Wayne goes, he's like, man, it'd be nice to get that VIP section, huh? I go, dude, listen. He's like, let me go see if I could talk to people. I go, go ahead. I set Wayne free, by the way. I did go. I go, go ahead and use my name liberally. Because who gives a shit? With situations like this, they're either going to be like, oh, that's neat, and we'll let him in. But more than likely, they'll just be like, I don't know who that is, and move forward.
Hey, pal, big problem.
But he just left one time and just like, it was one of those, like, I have to pee. And he's going to say, when spoken, next time I speak to him, he's going to say that there was some reason he couldn't get back to us or some blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, he was done and split, which is fine. But we were posted up in a thing, and I mean, like, just surrounded by pure garbage.
It's been a long time since I've been to a concert where the fans there have ruined the show for me. Dave Matthews Band, one time that happened, I went and saw them, and their fans are just fucking garbage.
War on
Jimmy
Drugs?
Buffett?
War on Drugs?
His fans are real tough, and my father is a late parrot head.
War on Drugs? Flawless on stage, maybe.
Unbelievable musically.
Great light show.
Unbelievable.
Sounded amazing. Good song. Great. Good set list.
The way it did, the way they jammed, everything that happened. War on Drugs is a fucking phenomenal live band.
But nothing like... I'm never pleasantly surprised to find, like, diversity at a fucking concert. It's exactly the asshole you think is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like if you.
Well, I described it to you last night.
If you go to like a fucking like Dave Matthews concert, you're not going to see like any like thugged out black dudes there.
Dude, I remember.
Do you know what I'm saying? Just like something that's out of the norm of it. I don't think I kind of blended in very well with the war on drugs thing. But
hold on, before we get off that too much, let me. I remember in high school. Liking Dave Matthews Band and playing it for my buddy Johnny, who's black, and he couldn't understand the words. And I was like, no, he just said this. And he goes, man, I'm sorry. I just don't know what he's saying. He was like, and you could tell like Johnny was trying. He was trying to be a good friend, and he's like, dude, I want to go with you on this. Explain it to me.
His best friend is a black guy.
Yeah. But the diversity was the best way I can describe the War on Drugs fan base. And I said it to you in the cab on the way to the stand. It's tall guy rock.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. It's tall white guy rock.
I know exactly. It doesn't make any sense, and yet I tell you yesterday, I completely understand what you mean by that.
Yeah. It's
a guy with a long neck wearing a tight hemp choker.
Yeah. And there's being like, oh, man, well, let's get to all the elements of why these people are fucking such garbage and pissed us off so bad.
God, they were just bad. It was like you're just surrounded by...
Well, first there was social media guy. There was the guy on his phone that Googled and doing all that. Guy wasn't off his phone I think for more than 4 minutes at the concert.
Phone lit up a ton.
He was just taking Insta stories. By the way, for everybody out there, no one cares about your Insta story for a concert. You're not capturing at all. It's just muffled, and it's just fucking lights with blurry figures. Stop taking Insta stories of concerts and enjoy. Yeah, Christine did it a bunch of Corey Feldman, but that was for show research.
That was show research, but also...
People did care about that Insta story.
Black Lou gave me a look like, motherfucker, you know that we've done it too. But yes, but for Corey Feldman.
I know, but nobody there is working on something they're just doing it for their friends. That kid particularly was non-stop. That's what his thing was constantly. It was all social. Everyone's on their social media. It was going off so much. Dan got paranoid that we shouldn't smoke pot because he thought they were shining. This is a little insight into Dan's egomaniac behavior, by the way. Thought there was a flashlight shining right on him. Dude, you were just fun at it. It was most funny. Go, I think that guy's shining. I think they were shining a flashlight.
I don't know why you say ego, because I thought it was the secure. I thought it was concert security.
For the sake of a joke.
Oh no, but I'm saying that I thought it was
egomaniac.
I thought it was concert security saying that I was right there with the joint. That's why I thought light flash was.
No, I know, but we didn't even light the joint yet. It was
we had it lit.
It was bad.
Oh no, because the terrible girls in front of us were smoking a joint. Right. That's why I thought they were flying.
I know, I was joking. I know you're not an egomaniac. I'm saying it was funny because like at one point I was like, no, I'm like, oh, that's just idiots like fucking taking pictures nonstop and filming it.
No, but it was they were lighting. Security was flashlighting people.
It's lit.
Were they?
Yeah.
I didn't see him doing that.
That's why I said that. It was right. I mean, we were standing right at the line of where the exit doors were.
We were kind of hidden from it, though. But were they?
But they were doing it because those girls in front of us were. The reason I said it is because it was when the joint was lit. Because I breathed the smoke up into the air, like I went, and then that's when the flashlight came on.
It wasn't the joint. It was the Chisholm. Is that what it's called?
Oh, the Chillum. Yeah,
Chillum.
So the Chillum, but that
Chisholm?
was yeah. But when I breathed that up into that's when the flashlight hit me, and I was like, fuck. That's why I was like, oh, shit, they just saw me.
Oh, okay.
There was this paranoia. I was like, oh, my God, Jay, the paparazzi's everywhere.
No, you weren't.
I can't enjoy a concert.
But that was the implied joke.
Jay, please, give me your hat. Do you have a hat or something?
Because
a handkerchief?
I got to put on a fake mustache. Security won't leave me alone.
No, you're just talking about because I said that because of the guy. I caught the guy Googling me, which is a very unsettling feeling.
Oh, I didn't think that was narcissistic.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was a weird moment. No, that guy was the one that was Insta-storying the entire time. That couldn't fucking get over that.
I'll tell you what, I'll take him any day over the girls that were in front of us.
These chicks, once again, by the way, Christine, just letting men deal with a woman problem. Never willing to step up and just grab the bull. But hey, girls, maybe you could stop smashing into Dan over and over.
By the way,
Dan had to have his arm out to give her a back bar because of her flipping and flailing around.
I got hit with her hair. No joke. 3 times she flipped her hair in my face, and I did the horse noise. I was like, just every time she hit me, I was like, And
if
then
a guy jammed into Christine 15 times, at some point she's going to wonder why I haven't said anything yet.
But those girls, I was like, at the beginning of the show they were talking, and I was like, well, maybe they're drunk.
You gave them a lot of opportunity to not be godless twats.
And then finally, when they came back with drinks, I just fucking elbowed them out of my way, and I was like, you're not getting in front of me.
They did this move. They made a real big thing. It got tight in there. And they made a real big thing about leaving as a pack. And then also, you know, when people walk through a crowd, you have to make space for them, so you're kind of inconveniencing the person behind you or the person in front of you by how you're moving. When you'd be in that state, they'd stop like in their route to look back and talk more. You know what I mean? Like when you're like, "Hey, cunt face! Like I'm back on my heels here, trying to let you pass." Like talk when you get out of the group.
844-266-3399 on terrible people you've seen at concerts. That's basically the whole thing of this.
Terrible concert experiences.
These women were talking at the beginning of the show where you're like, "All right, well, the show's starting," and the war on drugs isn't a loud fucking bam bam kind of thing. It's this.
It's mellow. These girls were unaware of the music.
Would not shut the fuck up.
And then we were like, you know what? We'll dig in everybody here a little bit, but just so we get all the characters involved. Then we're like, oh, you know what? These girls have to be the absolute worst.
Yeah, and that's what we're like. This is the pinnacle. This is the summit of shit at this show. Are these three narcissistic twats just fucking talking to each other?
Oh yeah. So when they come back,
they're mad that we've moved up 2 feet,
and they go. They announce like, hey, we're back! Like, terrible news, by the way. And then fucking bull their bullshit way back through. Another guy comes behind them, and they do the move to Dan, where Dan's on his heels, trying to let them pass.
I'm doing the fucking get out of the way in the hallway, the thing you had to do with Chuck Zito, Jacob.
And as the guy's passing, the girls go to the guy, they just jam they don't know him. They just jam a camera in his chest, and they go, do you mind? And the guy's like, and they're cute girls. So, of course, the guy goes like, no. So, like, and then, so he stands, I mean, he might as well be full-blown making out with Dan's face is how close they have to be while this guy takes several pictures.
Not only that, with the flash, then here's the part where this is why these women sucked so bad, is they sat and looked at the picture right in front of me, so that blue from the phone is up under my eyes, and I'm trying to look forward and watch the show, and I'm like, it's fucking distracting, you fucking asshole. Like, cover your phone up. What are you not doing?
What I really feel
do these women not have any shame?
What I really feel I realize is that the War on Drugs fan base does not enjoy going to a War on Drugs concert.
Yeah, I think
they're not there for everyone. I said before, what I said more than anything last night, I go, why is everyone constantly fucking moving?
Yeah.
Like, why am I having to step back or forward? Watch the fucking show.
Let me tell you one thing.
Insane
and I love the War on Drugs. I love the War on Drugs as a band. But I'll tell you one thing I'm very proud of as being a Queens of the Stone Age fan is when you go to those shows, people are there dancing and fucking into the music, and really, like, when they're jamming and then they change to a different song, you hear the crowd. I showed my friends Queens of the Stone Age at Lollapalooza, and that's not really a full Queens of the Stone Age experience, but they were like, they left and they're like, man, that band gets you into it. And you fucking really go off and dance. I'm like, you should go see one of their shows at a theater, because the whole crowd's kind of like fucking super into it. And it just felt like everyone at the War on Drugs was kind of like, I don't know, you want to take a picture of me? How's this look? Like, this is
a lot of people
cool.
Sitting on the edges of the upper tiers,
which look like the Foot Clan in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when Shredder gives his speech.
It did look like fucking like a little bit of Thunderdome or something. Like, everyone's like, if you have pecker legs, you can get them, I guess, under the little under the little wires. But I feel like no one except the three of us were there to enjoy this particular show. Everyone else was to let people know they were there on Instagram or whatever. So the picture thing happens again to get more of all the characters involved. Then we start getting these fucking dildos who get. I also hate this move too. The concert move, the arms out, like it's like, oh hey, just sliding through, and then when they get in front of you, they stop.
Yeah,
I'm just sliding through to right my back into your chest.
Yeah, have fun.
So they essentially kind of get in there with Christine, and then what they decide to start doing is, what would you call it, pogo dancing?
It was like mix of slam dancing, but like it was white guy.
It was white guys like dancing and bobbing his head around.
It was kind of like a Carlton with the arms in, if that makes any sense. He was doing like a Carlton with the arms in, and he was just fucking like, and by the way, just really getting into it. Twice steps on my foot, and then looks back and goes, "Sorry." I go, I give him like the push on your hand. I'm like, "Yeah, calm down, dude," because he's like, "Oh, sorry, man, sorry," and I'm like, "Yeah." And by the way, this jack off gets fucking introduced to us right as the awful group of girls leave. So they leave, and I'm like, yes, we have like 5 more songs. I can enjoy this shit. And then Pogo Dick gets in our way and just starts bouncing in front of us.
It was, and I said the only thing that made me, because I'd see Dan's face every now and again would kind of get like that, like,
yeah, I'm gonna fight somebody.
And I had that. I had about 45 minutes, maybe even less, into the concert. I had like, I'm not enjoying this concert as much as I'd like to. I really be enjoying, and I kind of like, and then I just started smiling, and I looked at Dan, and Dan was getting so frustrated. I started laughing because I was just kind of like the frustration. I'm like, I get it. I go, you know what, dude? Thank God we got our radio show. We can come in and just talk about this insanity. But and it kind of goes to what you said, Jacob, because I see you're shaking your head, and I think it's along the same things. This sounds very elitist, and I don't mean to, but I've had the luck and rare opportunities from, like, you know, by chance, but a lot of things, to get hooked up with a lot of music stuff and going on those tours and things like that. That a concert is a place where I really now feel like I cherish the VIP experience, like being in your own little space or not having to deal with it, because man, people are the worst. And like you said before, the only reason I'm ever in a movie theater is because I love movies and I want to see them when I don't like knowing a movie I want to see is out and I can't go see it. But it's an anxiety experience every time I go. And I guess Jacob's nodding your head, yes, right? Going to the movies, you're like, I love movies more than anything, and I fucking hate going to the movies.
Really think
but I go a lot.
I get anxiety just thinking about having to leave. Because I know somebody's, and I don't remember the last movie I've gone to where somebody hasn't been a shithead.
But you know what it is?
And I was like, I'm sorry I left the house.
Phones and social media have increased the shittiness of people in concerts and at movies. Because it's those little blue lights. It's the little lights in your phone.
Like the social media makes us more connected, but you're never connected to the moment you're in.
Yeah.
At all.
You're living for other people. Like those women were just taping. I've been to 2 concerts in the last week. And when I went and saw Sturgill Simpson at Radio City, I was like, at one point I pulled out my phone like, I love this song. I'll put this video up. And I was like, what am I doing? Ask Greg Stone. He was with me. And I just put my phone away and I was like, man, it just feels like you're living for someone else. You're just living to fucking have other people.
We saw Billy Joel. I record, and I've done this with Marilyn Manson too with Christine. I get like The Thing. I wanted to get Marilyn Manson coming out, the Antichrist Superstar, when the banners drop, and I just get that and the opening riffs, turn it off, put it away. I did the first verse of Allentown, Billy Joel, because I wanted to send it to my mom. Like, very specifically, I was like, my mom and Dave Smith, I was like, this will be so cool to send them. But I mean, the whole show, and I'm not social mediaing it at all. I'm actually recording a thing and going, look how neat. But
my favorite
to
clip
record the whole song, it's a shitty recording anyway.
Yeah. The only recording that I have of a concert that I really enjoy was 2 summers ago at Bonnaroo when I did MDMA for the first time and saw LCD Sound System. I recorded 2 verses, Us Versus Them, the chorus of Us Versus Them and the chorus of American Scum. And because in the video, I go all the way around to Ari and I and like the people that were there, and I'm like, yeah, in the video, and I'm like, that's a fun memory. And I watch that when I'm on the tarmac in fucking Calgary.
All I know now is that if I was at Bonnaroo, I would have hated you that night too, because this fucking asshole screaming and being having a good time with his buddies.
Yeah.
You're like, woo! Panoramic view. Like,
I guess I'm that guy.
Why would this fucking big-headed asshole?
You know what? If I was in the same position as last night, I would have been like, oh, that guy did it twice, recorded us, and I did it real quick. But the people last night were fucking leaving it up there. It was nonstop. Listen, it's a benefit to being tall at a concert, but one of the problems with being tall at a concert, someone's going to jam their fucking phone up. Now I'm watching the concert through your fucking iPhone screen.
Oh, how many times also I actually felt like at a forearm, like in the back of my head, because I'm like, I put my head back, and because someone's like right over my head, like filming, and you're like, what? Holy
that's where
shit,
the shame absolutely leaves, is when people are like, hey, big guy, I'm just gonna lean this up here. You mind if I just use your fucking giant head as a tripod?
Hey, man. Hey, big guy, you mind if I throw this over your shoulder real quick?
Dude, I really expected those girls last night, because one of them was a tiny Asian girl, and she couldn't there's no way she could see over anybody. So I get her why she kind of, maybe that's why she was being so shitty, because she couldn't see the concert.
Actually, they lined themselves up, though. Sometimes they would just get behind guys so they could just talk.
Yeah.
But when they had shots, like, straight on views, they had straight on views, and I was literally almost looking at Christina. I'm like, why don't you just bowl them, like, over? Like, just go get in front of those girls. They have great, like, eye lines.
Yeah.
People are getting away from them and piling in front of Christine.
But I was expecting one of those girls to give me her phone and be like,
Can you video record this for my Insta story?
On my life, I would have launched it in the middle of the audience.
that would have been so great.
I swear to you, and I think Christine will attest that I would do that. And that's I don't give a fuck.
There is, if you find that
they weren't even with dudes. I wouldn't even. I would have tossed it right in the middle of the thing. Like, dummy.
If you can find that girl's Insta story, there's one moment where the two of them recorded themselves and we're behind them.
Oh, I'm giving the finger and shit like that.
But there's my face is just like.
Yeah, we hated it.
Such stink face.
In fact, it's like, I don't know what they were doing. They were the worst people.
It sucks for the band. When I went to see Metallica in Miami in July, they came out. Everyone had their phone videotaping the entry. 4 songs in, James Hetfield said, "Look, I'm not telling you what to do, but what makes us play better is eye contact, and a lot of you view lives through your phones, so it would help me if you turned them off." More phones went up, like, to capture that moment.
He's scolding us. What happens when James Hetfield loses his mind?
Rob Zombie.
He was so nice about the entire concert. Some people just wouldn't take it down.
And by the way, you saw
hours.
videos I took of the thing. Yeah. It's literally 15 seconds of when he walks right by us, and I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, look, that's James. And then I turn it off. I don't have a whole song on my phone of anything, because why? I took 1 full minute of video when Phil Anselmo and Rex Brown got back together on a cruise ship at 1 o'clock in the morning on the day. That was and played 5 Pantera songs. That was insane.
That's pretty.
I filmed a minute of it only. It was a 30-some minute experience. I filmed a minute just to be like, look at this is happening. This is crazy. I get that. Dude, Rob Zombie did the funniest thing when him and Korn were at PNC last time I saw him. And he always bitches about that. He's just saying about how awful, like, rock concerts are today. He's like, look at you all with your phone. He just goes and a bunch of shit. You take the whole front row, and he gives like a long speech about not filming this and just living in the moment and enjoying yourself. And then he goes, and and he's filming me too. And he just spikes the microphone down and just starts waving to the crowd, and like the whole band just puts their equipment away and walks off. He comes back out. It's like, it's sort of shtick, but like, I just know from being on tour with him that's why he sends out on that what's it, Sick Motherfucker?
Sick Bubblegum?
Sick Bubblegum. That song, he releases like 300, 400 beach balls. Every city they have somebody backstage, these guys backstage blowing up, and so they have to do something like rock concert-y other than sitting there with their fucking phones up.
Oh, God.
He tells him
this, Lou.
He tells him it's yeah. This would be our theme song if it wasn't for Stern using a zombie already. Yeah, Zombo. Woo! Right here. But yeah, he makes it a fucking yeah. He's a great rock star, but he really goes at it. So it's like there's some shtick to it, obviously, because he did come back, but like he does not stop talking about it. And he does say it's what's ruining. Like,
oh man, when you're
he's like, go back and tell your friends how fucking great it was. Dude, I bet there's a video of Rob Zombie at PNC giving that speech.
And you know, as a comic, man, there's nothing more deflating than seeing someone in the crowd just down on their phone, and you're like, what are you doing? And then they always act like it's a fucking emergency.
For me, it's an emergency. Yeah, exactly.
My favorite one was in fucking Fort Worth, at the Hyenas in Fort Worth. I busted a lady on her phone on like a Thursday night show. I'm like, what are you doing on your phone? And she's like, I was texting my friend how funny you are. And I go, don't. I don't want your friend as my fan if that's what it's going to cost. Is you fucking not watching the show. And they're like, that's fucking mean. My life is my life. Why do you not want me to live my life? I'm an influencer. If I hear one person tell me that they're a social media influencer, don't say that to me, because I'm going to punch you in your mouth.
Dude, I had such a weird juxtaposition of a story being told to me when I was in Calgary.
Yeah.
The guy, Jimmy, who's one of the owners of the place, great dude, but he was sitting at the bar with a guy who was hammered. First of all, it's in a casino.
Oh boy.
it's in a casino in Calgary, the Yuck Yucks. So it's like interesting kind of crowd shows up for that, but not for the comedy showing, but the casino itself.
Yeah.
Just like downtown a casino, like that kind of weird thing.
Yeah,
so
city casinos are always weirder.
So everyone's fucked up in there. It's like a lot of sons telling their fathers they have to drink water because they're too hammered. I saw that a lot. And the thing's like, just drink some water, and all white trash was like, drink some water and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up. We're going to go back to the table, but you're being crazy right now. And Dad's like, like, I got that casino, dude, outside. A kid came out there and he goes, "What's up, guys?" He's like, just trying to sell a silver chain, man. It's crazy. I'm like, what? He's like, trying to sell a silver chain, see if I could take it in there and, make a little money, man. See if I take it. I go, what?
Why?
Do I look like I'm in the market for a silver chain? Then I realize I do. I do look like I'm in the market for a silver chain.
I'm not going to lie. He marked you right.
He marked me. But I was like, why don't you just go the old school thing where you just go put the actual jewelry on the number? Let it all ride.
Yeah, I got this silver.
Now I've got 4 chains.
And he bites the silver to show the dealer it's good. No, look, it's real silver.
One straw penny.
You can try it. Bite it. It's real silver. Right out the rock. I got it right out the rock.
But I mean, it's this depressing scene. And there's this guy at the bar one day who's telling me, it's like, and I hate, because like, I'm not going to have a discussion about philosophy on this guy or how you're supposed to act, but it's an older guy, 50s, 60s.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yes, you're at the comedy club, huh? He goes, I'm a big fan of yours, but you can tell he has no idea why.
Yeah.
He just keeps saying, I'm a big fan of yours, big fan. I'm like, cool, man. He's like, I'd love to come up and see you at the club, but I'm not allowed up there, I guess, now anymore. I'm not up there. He goes, because, I came in, the show was already happening. I came in, he goes, with some people, he goes, it was like, like a week after my son died. That's what he says.
Jesus.
You're like, oh, Jesus. He goes, a week after my son died, so I go in there, like, think I'm just going to have a laugh, you know what I mean? It's like, we go in there, it's like, and they ask us to leave, of course. They say we're being disruptive. The comics, like, it's like, get out. And we're like, we're just laughing. Well, I don't understand. It's like, we can't laugh. So they actually kicked us out, so we were laughing too loud.
That's never happened.
Like, you don't get the irony. So if they even told you those words, you don't get the smart ass they were being there. It's because you're lying and you weren't. But it's like, to get this thing, you're like, oh, cool. He's like, so I'd love to go. I mean, if you want to go up there and tell him, like, that I'm a friend of you, I'm like, but I can't get involved. It's like, to hang you out to dry like that. You're like, dude, beat it.
Yeah.
No one gets kicked out for laughing.
He goes, my son died a week before. I go, oh, he got out easy, huh? All right.
Yeah. I killed him.
Yeah. Let's take our first break. When we come back, we've got calls.
We got a bunch of calls here, yeah.
With shitty concert stories. Also, the guy that called into Stern.
Oh, yeah, he's on.
So we'll ask him what he did, and then we'll get into concert stories.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be right back. It's the Bonfire.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Said father, the storm is drowning in the flood. Yeah.
It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. We're doing live music because we're talking about assholes at live shows, because Jay and I experienced a whole heap of them at the War on Drugs.
Something about Rivers Cuomo is just like trying to be so cute. Something about his like little cuteness that annoys me though, but it's like so planned. Like, I wear grandpa sweaters.
I'm huggable. I only date Asian girls.
I wear sweaters and I tuck my shirts in if I don't have to.
But just to put a button on the story from yesterday about the caller who called into Stern, he's actually on line 1, Joe in Texas. Joe, what's up, dude?
How's it going, Dan?
Good, man.
Hey,
what's up, Joe?
Hey, dude, Legion of Skanks is the shit, by the way. I listen to that stuff. I'm sorry, just to throw it out there.
No, it's great.
Thank you.
I'm a fan of it as well. Everyone should download Legion of Skanks.
Dan. I love it when you do guest shows and whatnot, guest appearances. But honestly, the reason why I said Crackle Crackle Bonfire was because I was so overwhelmed by talking to Stern.
Yeah.
You don't just talk to Stern any freaking time of day.
So when
crazy. That is true. To have his ear for a minute, and he was listening to you.
Yeah, he was listening to you. So were you? But hold on, Joe. Was it just when you heard his voice back? Were you like, oh fuck, I'm actually talking to Howard Stern?
Well, he goes, I got one more thing, and Stern was like, what is it? You go, oh shit, I got his ear right now. It's all panic. I get it.
Well, thank you for the first thing coming out of your subconscious is Crackle Crackle Bonfire.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say was, you should check out Big J Oakerson and Dan Soder on the Bonfire. They're the next you, is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, thank you.
But it's what I was going to say because
it's so funny, dude. Joe, you're like had the same thing as like when you talk to a hot girl and you like plan it the night before and you're like, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say like the way that you look and just carry yourself is so beautiful. And then she walks up and you go, oh, this is my fucking face.
Pretty tits.
Pretty tits.
Comes.
Pretty tits. Cum pants.
Cum pants. Pretty tits kisses.
Tits kisses.
Tits kisses. You blew it. Butt stuff.
Did you hang up and immediately regret that, Joe?
No, I didn't regret it because it's because I said crackle, crackle, Bonfire. And like, you're right. What Jay said yesterday, he said he made a little laugh and then he's like, now what? It's kind of the way I did feel about it.
Yeah, you're all, ha.
It was great.
Yeah, zinger, you know?
Yeah.
Look, as I said before, we never endorsed anybody disrupting a show, but I know this wasn't your intention at all. And I said I think what he did was great because what we got is like, I mean, good or bad, I think Stern himself would agree with this. It's pretty great, like, to have someone that you look up to that
You
much. That was
idolize.
like just the saying, like, just the fact there's audio in the world of him going like, crackle, crackle, bonfire drives me fucking nuts. That's great.
I turned off my freaking radio.
So you didn't have feedback, so you couldn't hear it.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to hear it because, like, I'm in Texas, so they're in EST. So I'm just here, and I listen to about a minute feedback. Like you hear that extra audio whenever you're calling in, but you don't hear. You hear it like seconds later over here in Texas. So I'm just there, like, I'm not gonna just hear myself say "crackle, crackle, bonfire" to the king of radio.
Yeah.
King of all media.
King of all media. Well, Joe, I mean, we appreciate you listening and, throwing that out there. I mean, you're right. It was funny to get an explanation from where he's like, I wanted to say so much more.
One more question, guys. Did Bonnie change the whole game on Lewis's voice?
Are you thinking that new Lewis impression sticks on Legion of Skanks?
Bonnie McFarlane. You bring up this Bonnie McFarlane. It's probably some stupid little thing this guy's into. Bonnie McFarlane. Bonnie McFarlane drives me fucking nuts.
Joe, take care, dude.
That was great the way Bonnie.
Hey everybody, it's me, Lewis. I'm a real ass dude.
Download the latest Legion of Skanks to hear what he's talking about.
Thank you again, Joe. It was
GasDigitalNetwork.com.
It was awesome. It was awesome that it happened.
Yeah. We are back to the subject now of people assholes at concerts. People that have driven you nuts. And the reason we were playing Weezer was because we have a couple Weezer stories on the board. One just disappeared.
One disappeared.
However, Chris in Buffalo. You went to a Weezer concert, and are you bad experience, or are you saying their fans suck?
Oh man, crackle, motherfuckers!
Yeah,
right on.
Crackle.
I don't know. I've had really good experiences, but Sunday, my wife and I were out at the Meadows for the festival.
Okay,
Weezer's their favorite band, so they come out, they kill it, and they actually came back to play an encore as everyone was walking away. So we push up to the front. I'm within 10 rows of the stage. They start playing, and so many people put their phones up, I couldn't see shit. They look to the left, phones, front, right.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It's like too much. Yeah, they actually block your views. Their arms are completely extended.
I mean, if you...
I felt that a bit. We saw Nine Inch Nails, the thing. It's like, live it, everybody.
No one wants to live
Do you know the place I've seen the least amount, and Christine will back this up, the concert I've seen the least amount of camera phones, where I said they just seem to respect it, was Tool, man.
Yeah?
Probably not anymore. I'm sure it would have, but we saw like a couple years back now, so it was like, I think it was still the thing. I mean, people would still be filming it, obviously. People have been filming concerts since like
No, I remember commenting on it. I was like, wow, look out. Like, it was barely any cell phones.
That's impressive.
And it was awesome.
That's
people
impressive.
were way like in tune with what was going on.
And it was shit. We were almost like, should we film this? This is crazy. But, but it really is.
You got turned into the bad guy?
No, you know what it is? But it really is the moment where you're just like, you can't get you just want to show. It's all got to be for your own personal thing. Like, I don't understand. Like, oh, it sounds so shitty to be at the fucking Weezer concert right now. Is how you feel, you know what I mean?
But isn't it weird now with phones, and especially camera phones, that now, do you remember back in the day before where people used to have you over to see their vacation photos?
Nope.
Yeah, like slideshows.
Yeah, I mean, I never had it personally happen to me, but I know
way to backpedal now that you told.
No, but
I
on
didn't have that.
TVs and shows, that was always a setup for jokes. Was you were looking at someone's vacation photos on a slide.
The slide projector thing? Oh,
that's always in like
Lord.
TVs and shows. I've never seen it personally, but I'm saying like...
My grandparents had a little thing on a keychain that if you want to see what the vacation was, you had to look through it like that, like up to a light.
But
and you can see my grandmother and grandfather in front of what looks like a Sears backdrop of a vacation.
But that was the thing where it was like, now everyone's got that attitude of like, look at my vacation photos all the time. Look where I was. It's like this competing thing where you're like, look what I was doing. I was at this concert.
They used to police it, and they don't police it anymore. It's impossible. It's fucking impossible, so you can't police. They don't.
Man, you know what I'm excited for?
You used to get in trouble, but now it's like they can't tell you.
I'm excited.
Not sit there and record an entire concert. They can't say anything to you about it.
The evolution of phones, soon what will be produced is electromagnetic pulse that can shut down all phones. I can't wait for that shit.
That would be good.
And just everything's fucking done. And then watch humans return to apes and just start screaming because their phone's off.
But
before Chris...
What's the fire, Quest for Fire?
Yeah.
Starts back to what it is. The monolith.
But Chris, would you say it ruined the encore because there was too many phones up?
Yeah, it sucked. Like, again, I was up front and couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
so I was literally watching people's phones.
Yeah, that blows. Yeah.
I'd say almost as bad or perhaps worse is you go to shows and you get people that just stand right next to you or behind you and talk the whole time.
Yeah, we dealt with all of those things last night at the War on Drugs.
I'll tell you, too, where I almost... It was getting pretty close. I think I may have said something even like a smarmy few rows back comment, but like there was one of the UFCs we went to, and we had those like insane seats, and I paid for them.
I remember 205.
It was the paid one.
Yeah, at the Garden.
So we paid for these seats. This wasn't like a hookup of any kind. And we're sitting there. There's a guy like 2 rows ahead of us, like the same thing. Like he's as soon as like it's like he waits for them to go. It's like, all right, now round 2 starts. Phone right up to film, and you're like, dude, that's like you're filming through a cake, like the whole round. Like, let's go. It's like, dude, you're here.
Yeah.
You are here. You'll never capture in that video the energy and the feeling. It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's unless you have like $17,000 recording equipment, you're not going to capture that moment with your fucking stupid phone.
Yeah, you're not going to get the feeling at all.
So snap a pic and put it away. I'm not saying, listen, I'm not telling you to go backwards in time with technology. I get it. Take a picture. It's nice. You have a thing in your phone, a thing in your pocket you take a picture with. You take a couple seconds video, but I mean, the whole night. I can only assume, Lou, when you go to Pearl Jam concerts, the young people who go now just for the scene, a lot of people just go to concerts for the scene, have to be ruining that for you. As a 40-year-old going to concerts, man, you have to be over it.
It's not a big problem because they're all behind me. Like, all the young kids are behind us, all the people my age are
because you smashed all the way up to the front?
Yeah. I got to touch Eddie. I want to touch Eddie. Well, that brings us to Brad in San Diego, who had a concert where a woman wouldn't shut up. And I feel you because that's how it happened last night at the War on Drugs. Brad, what's up, dude?
Hey, how you guys doing? It's first time here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to react like that. Yeah, there's dirty little...
First time listener, first time caller?
Yes, first time on the phone. This is odd. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I never had a phone before. So Monday night, the wife and I went to the Hollywood Bowl and caught New Order. And I'm mid-40s, and this woman had 20 years on me. And she's dancing, having a great time, but 3/4 of the way through the show, she just starts yapping with this other woman and starts talking about the bass player, asking if Peter Hook's talking in the mic right now. And Peter Hook hasn't been in New Order for years. So
that's great. Wait, so she was 20 years older than you? So she was just a fucking weathered backstage Betty who's just like, is Peter here? I sucked him off one time in a Chrysler.
Fucking sauced, just sauced.
Yeah, she goes, there used to be ashtrays in the doors. Do you remember when cars were like that? I'm going to dance.
When my mom was banging my Uncle Tommy.
Yeah. Great sentence.
They They got like someone got their nose broken, a big fight that broke out. South Philly at the Spectrum in Philly.
Oh, hell yeah.
David Bowie Glass Spider Tour.
Hey, y'all gonna go see Bowie?
You gonna go see Bowie?
Bowie?
Where'd you guys go to Bowie?
Dude, he got his orbital bone broken in Bowie.
When he went to go see Bowie, he got his orbital bone broken at Bowie.
Hey, dude, my uncle Tommy got his orbital bone broke at Bowie. Yeah, dude, that's just like a drunker older lady that's just completely off the
asking
rails.
a million fucking questions. Thanks for the call, Brad. This one, there's a couple of great ones here. First, I just want to clarify this. Ben in Missouri, Ben, you say they don't let you use phones at Tool concerts. How do they stop it?
Crackle. I'm a first-time caller, too, so you guys are getting to pop my cherry.
Crackle. Don't bleed on my sheets.
All right. Yeah, no, I've been to concerts all over the place. I travel for work, and we went and saw Tool. First time I got to see him in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And before you even walked in the door, there's signs everywhere. No phones, no flash photography, nothing.
Yeah. Oh, no, they always have the sign. The signs say, but there's no way to enforce it anymore. It's impossible.
Well, when the lights went down, people's phones started coming on, and there were security guards running all over the place.
That's great.
Shut them off. But the only thing that really sucks is when you were in the condition I was, doing a Grandma Molly before you go to a Tool concert.
Oh, you're just trying to fuck a couch. Yeah, 6'5" fucking blonde corrections officer, bulldog looking bitch, waving a flashlight in everybody's face. I was half cocked to kick her down the stairs, but that was the only thing that sucked about the show. Was I appreciated them shutting their cell phones down, but the security guards were making it real hard to enjoy the show.
Because they're nonstop too, right? They're coming through the whole time. They have to police the whole time.
They're overworked like an inner city public school teacher. They're just like, put that down. Oh God, stop fighting.
That's always my favorite too. The chip on the shoulder when it's like, and by the way, it goes all race directions. By the way. The chip on the shoulder of the person who has to work that night, who clearly is not into this fucking music,
dude. It's the best.
You don't want to find the dude with fucking cornrows at the System of a Down concert,
dude. When I worked,
you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be in a good mood,
dude. When I worked at Fiddler's Green in that Kenny Rogers concert I told you about, the black dudes on our staff were like, dude, get me the fuck out of here. I don't want to fucking be at this concert whatsoever. And we're all like, no, I don't know. Kenny Rogers sings The Gambler.
This one, what I always love. I wish Sal was here because Sal always has that show. He told on the show before about going to see Steve Miller, and when he played though, come on, it's funny. I'm more the opposite way though, because he said when they played "Come On and Dance," come on, Sal's in his seat started dancing, and people started like booing him, like making him. It was before like the show and stuff, where it was like they just booed him, they hated him, they made him leave.
They made Sal leave for dancing.
I think he had to leave. I might be getting the story a little bit wrong, but I'm pretty sure he had to leave, or he chose to leave just to be like, this is awful. But I also kind of get the thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like again, me and Christine went to Fleetwood Mac. We always tell a story. The girl flailing her arms, and it's like, look, lady, I get it. Dance. I'm not a dance at a concert person.
Yeah.
But you want to dance, but it's like you can't dance at my expense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. It's like, I paid for this fucking area. You're swinging your arms in front of me. Yeah. That's the thing when people get, like, their arms, like, near you and close to your face.
So when I did the arm bar on the woman, when I put my arm on her back to, like, don't go any, because she reached back and her fucking hand came very close to my face. And I'm like, if you hit me, I'm sorry he's not going to do it because I'm going to grab you like Sasquatch. Like, I'm not going to be fucking... just lift her up by her arms, and she's like, this white straight male is assaulting me because I'm Asian. It's like, no, because you punched me in my face, you fucking asshole.
I would have loved to just talk. I would have loved them to ask me to take a picture and really just like
tossed her phone.
Just tossed it right in the middle of the pad. Oh shit!
Or just
Butterfingers.
Or you go, oops.
No, not even. I mean, send it into the middle of the thing.
Is this a frisbee toss?
First of all, you know why? Because what's crazy, the real reality of what you're supposed to do in that scenario right there, pretty much is like your phone's gone.
Yeah.
But I think a girl that's someone that locked in their phone, she would have got on her hands and knees and crawled through the crowd.
Oh my God, she would have buried into that ocean of humanity.
They can't walk away from it. And I said, even when I was at the movies and I talked about those two girls that were on their phone the whole time, I told that story.
Yeah,
like the way I said they do. It's like what I describe as Minority Report. They pull it out. It's like right away. Like, everything's like their thumbs just going a mile a minute doing. It's like change. No, it's like Instagram. Blah, 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 and then switch it over to Twitter, and then they're doing it on Twitter, and it's all like one hand, and then it's like blah blah. Turn it off. Put it back in the cup holder, and then it's like 3 minutes go by, and it's like they pull it back up again. Boom. Zip, 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 zip. Yeah. And it's like they cannot.
They're influencers, Jay.
fucking walk away
social
from
media influencers.
They are their influencers. We got so many great stories. I want to get to so many of them, but I want to see. This is my favorite. Brian in Maryland. Brian, you there?
Hey, crackle, motherfuckers.
Crackle, dude. Please tell us this story. You went to Coachella, which is a big festival.
I like Coachella. You went to the one in Grant Park in Chicago, right? Or no, Coachella's L.A. That's California.
Coachella's the big.
I mixed it up with Lollapalooza. I'm an idiot. Coachella is the big one in California.
Yeah. Me and my brother went back in 2013 for my birthday, and we were. It's like the whole setup there is that you have to wait through a couple of sets if you want to get close to the stage for the person that you actually want to see.
Yeah.
So my brother and I were sitting there waiting for Pharrell to come on stage, and it happened that Lorde was playing on the same stage like the set before.
Okay.
So we're standing there in the middle of this tight-ass crowd. Everyone's packing in, and out of nowhere, over my left shoulder, I hear, "It's my birthday."
Oh, you know what makes me so happy is when I hear just a loud twat squawk that. I just love it. Just really makes my blood just really sing with joy.
Oh, especially when it's a big fat pig.
Oh, especially when it's a fucking girl at a comedy.
Is that the only thing they get hammered and they get like really like they're loose?
You don't understand. You don't get it. I destroyed my mom's pussy 27 years ago. She shot this butterball out of her snack. It's my birthday. Do you know how expensive snacks are here? I'm so hungry. I'm going to eat my tiniest friend. It's so hot. Can somebody hose me off? So what happened? You just heard that behind you?
So I hear that behind me, and I turn over my left shoulder, and I see this fucking cement truck of a woman giving her way through the crowd.
Man, no matter what, Brian, I gotta tell you, you flipped a coin every time Christine lands on girl, because everyone in the room is laughing except Christine's like, I'm sure she was trying hard to get herself in shape.
Yeah. You didn't realize that when he first heard it, when she goes, "It's my birthday," it was followed with,
yeah, I know, but he says like that, and we're all like, that big fat pig, fuck that fat slut. And Christine's like, I'm sure she's a girl who's just trying to get through, man.
Maybe you guys need.
You know how embarrassing is to shop at Elaine, Brian? I bet that girl had to go through a lot. It was her birthday.
Yeah, it was her birthday.
You could have been a little cooler to her, Brian.
Okay, Brian. Maybe you could have just let her.
No, please, go ahead. Tell us what this ghastly fucking pig did to you. It was all her fault.
Somehow she ends up right fucking next to me and my brother.
Just breathing on you.
Well, no, you know what it was? You were getting sucked into her gravitational pull. It wasn't that she got close to you. You didn't realize you were being pulled towards her.
Yeah, your brother tried to pull her out of her tractor beam like it was fucking quicksand. He's like, grab my arm. God damn it, Brian. Pull. Hey, you guys is...
So she gets right up next to me. Everyone's squeezed in, just like you were talking about at the show that you went to last night. Lorde starts playing, and every song that comes on is her song instantaneously. And her and her friends start doing that jump around flailing dance that every. And at a certain point, she just starts, her fucking fat ass just keeps poking up against my left side and bumping me into my brother.
Dude, she's just
you can feel her boner?
Yeah, just hip checking you? Oh, fuck.
Was she that kind of fat where she's growing a beard, sort of?
How the fuck did you know that?
Boom.
Count it.
It's awful when the girls get so fat they start getting hormonal issues.
So I do.
Christine, not you. You style yours. Christine's got a chin strap. She has a pencil fit like a Puerto Rican gang member.
Yeah, she looks like a Three Musketeer.
Christine looks like MS-13.
So I do the forearm check to kind of keep her at bay.
Yeah, I know. That's my move.
And by the way, that is, and when I've done it too. It is. I'm doing it as you were yesterday, Dan. It's a bit of an aggressive sign.
Fuck yeah.
It's the way of not saying like, "Hey, fucking knock it off."
Well, the next step for 0 to 60 Dan is that it's going to go from forearm check to like fucking full on shove. Like I'm going to fucking jack you in the chest.
This goddamn dink didn't care about anyone's personal space.
Do you understand this chopstick wielding little sprite just kept bumping into me? Let me tell you something about you duck sauce drinking little bitches. Let me talk to this slope for a second. Hey, you gullies are filled with shit. Hey, Charlie, this isn't a rice paddy where you can just wag it all around. There's people here. Listen right here, shrimp tempura roll. You You keep bumping into me, I'm about to bump you back down. Hey, Nagasaki. How about a little bit of fucking space, hey? I have a little space here for my fucking arm, huh? Hey, Hop Sing.
Yeah.
Why don't you go tie your feet and make us some tea? Men are hanging out, watching a show. You want me to bound your feet and make you have me make goddamn tennis shoes?
So, Brian, does this story end obviously with you and all your friends fucking this big fat pig together?
Oh, I wish. Trust me.
That's why you should have went for it.
She's my best friend now. Did it just ruin? I mean, did she stick around for Pharrell and ruin Pharrell for you?
No. Thankfully, she fucking left after what I'm about to tell you what happened. So I did something a little more subtle than just shoving her. What I did was I
poked her with a pin and she just swirled away.
It's my birthday!
I locked my elbow in a chicken wing position and just like positioned it right where she would land.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it would just get her right in the fucking side.
I think you hurt the beast.
It's like every time she passes, you stick another like a saber in her, like a bullfighter.
Monsieur, I have to call you El Matador.
On every pass.
Some people said it was inhumane, but that fat pig's birthday was ruining my Coachella.
You know,
People
Brian, I'll tell you.
understand that when a large woman is bumping into you, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. Take your elbow and bend it at a 45-degree angle, and then get ready. It will feel like a pillow is running into it.
Dude, Jacob, I think you expressed this too. I can't get it. Like, so if someone in the beginning of a movie or a concert is doing something disruptive, I spend the rest of the time, even if they just completely go like, you know what, they're like, all right, that was my 15 minutes of ruining it for everybody, but now I'm going to be quiet the whole time. You might as well have ruined it the whole time, because I am 100% now. That's why I'm saying, like, my favorite song that War on Drugs did, I definitely didn't pay attention to half of the song because of things that were happening around us.
But
just the thing where it's like somebody walked by and it was like, all right, they're just walking by, but then it's like, again, that all gets held up for some reason. You're kind of like, are you guys really doing it? And then it's like, before you know it, like, it's the end of the song's happening, and you're like, fuck, man.
So, Brian, you stuck her with your elbow. What happened?
I don't know if it was a combination of whatever she had been drinking or the jumping around.
She was drinking syrup. Pancake syrup.
Because I catch her right in the fucking pancreas with my elbow, and she makes that noise that everyone makes just like right before something terrible is going to happen. Just fucking projectile vomits all over the three people just dancing all over like in front of her. And so and obviously her and her three friends, because it's her birthday, they just sweep her away. It's like they're saying, I know, Lord, it's like, this is your song, as like the rest of them were, but we got to get you out of here. And what that did is it opened up about 20 yards of space where everyone else was able to move closer to the stage.
Yeah, but I mean, she projectile vomited? Really?
Yeah.
And then they made the other people start throwing up.
I've heard this story before.
Lard-ass.
I've heard this lard-ass story. I knew I knew.
I believe. Listen, there's a lot. Oh, dude, puke's a thing at concerts for sure.
Oh yeah.
You gotta duck puke a bunch at concerts.
Gotta be ducking that shit.
Get out of the way.
Well, let's take another break and we'll come back with more stories.
Because we're gonna get when we come back, we gotta get the Shannon in Chicago who went to wrestling. So you're gonna like this one.
Fucking A, right?
I think you may do a flip flop and go on. You may go against our caller here on this one, but I'll tell you what, Shannon, coming out of the gates, I'm already with you. I don't know why a grown man would be here anyway.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
We'll be right back at Bonfire.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Live music all day on the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Oakerson, who's going to be on Conan next Wednesday, September 27th. So make sure you set your DVRs. That's Conan next Wednesday, September 27th. This weekend, he's going to be at the Rhode Island Comedy Connection, September 22nd and 23rd. And then on this Sunday, he's going to be at Chicopee, Mass at the Cabot Comedy Club. So go get tickets at bigjcomedy.com.
Yeah. Oh, also, I should tell people that come check us out if you're in L.A. If you're listening in L.A.
live
man.
Legion of Skanks.
Legion of Skanks are taking over at the Comedy Store the 28th, the day after Conan. Me, Louis J. Gomez, Dave Smith, and a bunch of our friends. Special guests going to be doing a stand-up show, 8 p.m. in the main room of the Comedy Store. And then we will be doing Legion of Skanks live podcast from the Belly Room at 10:30. So that's going to be it's our first time doing anything like that out there. So very excited. We need all the fans to come out, man. Wear your shirts. Come ready. That is the best hang in comedy right now.
Comedy Store?
Is hanging out at the Comedy Store. So come hang out. We'll be there all night, just rocking it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Dan Soder, of course, is going to be headlining the Comedy Cellar at the Flat Black Pussycat, an amazing venue probably the coolest venue in New York right now, man. As far as I love the way it's just organized. It's
very
the Comedy
low-key.
Cellar, yeah, but it's still low ceilings.
Yeah,
it's bigger than the original room at the Comedy Cellar. It's just cool. It's got.
Oh no, I'm not doing Village Underground. I'm doing the lounge upstairs.
Yeah, it's bigger than the cellar.
Is it?
I think it's more people in the cellar. No, is it not?
I'd say it is.
The Fat Black is an upstairs area. The way they've made that, yeah.
Ceilings are higher. You could probably fit more people in there. As small as it is, it's still bigger than that.
Well, it's going to be fun. I'm taking over for Bobby Kelly. He was supposed to headline next Wednesday. So
it's the old Moroccan Lounge.
It's called Dan Soder instead of Robert Kelly. Really creative.
I like that name. And the show is, again, September 27th at 8:30 p.m. Get your tickets at thecomedycellar.com. It's comedycellar.com. You can also check them out at Rumors Comedy Club in Winnipeg, Canada, September 28th through September 30th, and then in San Diego at the American Comedy Company, Thursday, October 5th through Saturday, October 7th. Get your tickets at dansoder.com, and make sure you check out his half-hour special on Netflix as part of the stand-ups.
Live shows, shitty people at them. Doesn't matter if it's music. You got someone else.
It doesn't. Well, we got a whole bunch of stuff, too. We won't go to this one just yet, but someone's even got like a Kevin Hart show story here that we'll get to at some point, because what his complaint is, another thing too I don't like. But first, I teased it before the break, so we got to go to Shannon in Chicago.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, guys. Crackle, crackle.
Crackle.
Oh, my gosh.
So, Shannon, you were at a Monday Night Raw, and what happened?
I was there with my brother, and we're watching, enjoying the show, and this guy literally right behind us is screaming like a 16-year-old girl.
Was he like shrieking, or what was he yelling for? Like what?
It was just his voice is very deep, so it was like, yeah, come on, John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, are you Shannon? Are you just calling in to mock me at a wrestling event? Because you're describing me.
Shannon, you should be. Do you go and cheer for people when you go to wrestling?
Fuck yeah.
You have the guy you want to win?
Che and I last night after Roast Battle were talking about, we both were at SummerSlam 2 years ago where John Cena took on Seth Rollins. And when John Cena comes out with the way his music plays, there's a chant you do go, John Cena sucks! John Cena sucks! And you yell it out because all the little kids love John Cena. But when you do that, there was this little boy in front of me who couldn't understand why I would say that. And he was so angry at me and he couldn't hide it. Because I was there with Sam Roberts and his wife, and I was going, John Cena sucks! John Cena sucks! And then the little kids looking at me like, you fucking prick. And then afterwards, Che said he went nuts when Seth Rollins won, and this little boy was like crying. This little boy was like crying in front of him because Cena lost, and Che was like,
do you think maybe that kid was looking at you like that because he couldn't understand why a 34-year-old was sitting at Monday Night Raw?
Well, I'll tell that little piece of shit that 34-year-old got those tickets himself. Didn't have to have his pussy-ass daddy get him his tickets. I'm my own man, and I choose who I want to represent in the WWE Universe. Braun Strowman will be the champion by this Sunday. I just said it.
Do you know your cheers and encouragement doesn't affect the outcome at all?
Yeah, I like to believe it does. Oh, right now. I know. So hold on, Jay. You're going to tell me that when I scream when they're in the sleeper hold, on the second time their arm drops, it's not me that actually rises it up through their energy?
Stay awake, Cena!
No!
Stay awake!
Seth Rollins, you can't fall asleep yet!
Tuck your chin!
Please! Shannon, was it people like me yelling? Is that what you're talking about?
No, because this is like a much older guy, and it got annoying.
How old are you, Shannon?
27.
Okay.
Dan is a much older guy.
I'm 34, so yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no. Shannon, that's the noise I didn't need you to make.
Oh.
She goes, yikes.
Shit.
You're over the Jesus Christ age.
God.
Shannon, you have a boyfriend, clear, or a husband because you were at this wrestling event.
Who are you there with?
My little brother.
Okay. How old's your little brother?
Well, he's 21 now. At the time, I believe he was like 12 or 11.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. And you were doing him a solid by taking him to Monday Night Raw.
I hope he's still into the art of the squared circle.
See, I remember I took him to Monday Night Raw, and there was this guy next to us just singing John Cena Sucks. It ruined his whole time.
Yeah, no, it really kind of took him down a little bit.
Yes, I agree. It is kind of ridiculous.
It's wrestling. You yell. Wrestling is a thing. Wrestling isn't a concert.
Annoying.
What's that?
I said you yell, but the way he was doing it, I was.
Okay, so he was just going a little over the top. He was just nonstop yelling. Because I sit down and watch the match.
I said before, even at a game. Like after a while, there's a guy. Even if he's rooting,
dude,
you're in your home stadium with the people who are rooting for the same team as you, and there's still every time a guy. Dude, I want to go to the games like live as much as possible. When I go there, there's always a thing. When I went to that the Sixers Nets here at the Barclays Center last year. It was fucking. I mean, like these Jewish kids behind us. They just wouldn't shut the fuck up the whole time.
What did they pay for him again? Can you believe it?
Rich Jewish kids being real snotty, but it was like they never fucking yell. They yell out like the players, like they're affecting the game. It's non-fucking stop.
Growing up, I would go to Bronco games at Mile High Stadium, and this guy that sat by my uncle who had season tickets would do this thing where he'd go, "Let's go!" And by the third quarter, I'm like, I want to fight this motherfucker. And I remember being young and being like, this guy is so fucking annoying. Just cheer like a regular person. But he'd sit there with his blanket over his legs going, let's go. And when they're on defense, and you're like, I hate you. I think I really hate you. I want to fight this old man.
Yeah, I can't. So it's like, at some point, relax. It doesn't have to be. There's some great stories covered. Shannon, thank you so much for the phone call. Tim in Delaware. This is a good one. Tim was at a Kevin Hart show in Philly. Were you at the big stadium?
Yeah, at the Lincoln Center.
Yeah, so you're at the one where he taped the movie.
Yeah, Lincoln Financial. Yeah, man. Oh, by the way, guys, a long-time fan. I've been listening to you guys since it was the Dan Soder show featuring Big J.
That's right. Special guest.
Special premium guest. Jay, dude, I remember that meeting. They pulled that bullshit on us so quick because we were like, we had a great name, Limited Time Radio, and then just the day before we went on there, they're like, we're going to have to call it the Dan Soder Show. Comedy Central will not do it unless we have a name like that. And you're like, you fucking assholes. Anyways,
thanks for listening, though, Tim.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
No problem.
So you're at the Kevin Hart show.
Yeah, and I was at the cheap seats in Philly, so you know how that garbage is, and those people up there.
700 level.
There's this dude back there whistling the whole fucking time.
At a comedy show?
Yeah, like every time he would cheer, he would put the fingers to the mouth. Piercing sounds.
Oh.
Yeah, he was obviously, he was really drunk. He had a crew of like a bunch of fucking trash people with him. And just every fucking cheer, every
he's like, no, Kev likes it when I fucking make that screeching eagle noise.
Oh my god, yeah, a guy just making noise too. Like, it's just incessant noise. It's such a look at me tactic.
Or it's Sierra dying laughing.
Sierra's really enjoying the Kevin Hart show.
Yeah.
Now, wait a second. Now, I sit on a bus seat. You can't even look at my feet. They don't even touch the bottom of the floor. Standing ovation. Yeah, standing ovation. Who that hot ass white bitch up there in the cheap seats?
Why does it sound like she's about to dip down into a river and take a fish out of it?
Guy whistling it. I've seen that before too. It's like, why are you?
You know what happened?
It's a weird show off of your whistle ship.
The drunk girl last night at Roast Battle that just kept going wow at everything.
Yeah,
and you're like, you suck. Who are you?
You can't be that oblivious. You have to know you're trying to get people to notice you. That's what it is, completely.
Yeah. So Tim, it just ruined the entire show for you.
Yeah, because I popped my girlfriend's eardrum a week before. Nothing That's crazy.
Just to let her know who makes the money in the house.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes you get a reminder who cooks and who cleans.
Who's the hunter? Who's the gatherer? You just gotta let her know.
You bring home the deer, you skin the deer, she cooked the deer.
Yeah, it's
and then you might box her eardrum. Worst case scenario.
Be like, baby, you want our tribe to be strong? You got to understand your place.
oh Jesus!
Thanks for
Christ.
calling in, Tim. Thanks for listening, dude.
No problem, guys. Have a good one.
Absolutely, bro. I want to talk to Rocco in New Jersey. This poor guy, and his poor wife, and it always just comes back to what a fucking shit pile of people Philadelphia could be.
Rocco, what happened?
Yeah, so we went to see the Gorillas. It's not really like a concert you expect to get into shit.
Yeah, isn't it computer animated gorillas?
It's like watching a cartoon with music, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it was crowded, so we kind of pushed our way to the front, and I guess we were standing in front of some girls who were way more excited about the show than we were, and they pushed us forward. My wife grabbed the girl's hat and threw it into the crowd.
Nice.
And then this is all happening behind me, so I'm just watching a show, and then I just hear
Rocco's like, ooh, I'm happy, I'm feeling better. Guys, in the back to a bitch, fucking bitch, you fucking bitch.
I'll fucking touch my hat. That's a fucking Eagles hat. You didn't even know what the hell you just did.
You just knocked my fucking head off my head, bro.
Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking kick the fuck out of you because you just threw my Eagles hat in the goddamn crowd.
Yo, cuz.
Hey, cuz.
Because you can't win, Rock.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out that my wife was getting beat up by two 15-year-olds, and then I split it up, and she kind of looked at me do something, like she wanted me to hit him or something.
You should have hit him, dude.
Dude. You'll knock you into tomorrow.
You should have jawed both of them, man. It would have changed their whole lives.
And then just adjusted your shirt and turned back around.
And just put on your chick. Your chick would take the credit for it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this, man. You see that out of context at a concert? You see some dude wailing on two 15-year-old girls?
There couldn't be any out of context. I mean, you just saw these girls were just lumping up a chick. Let me tell you something. I can almost jerk off to the videos on World Star Hip Hop, or even just YouTube in general.
I didn't want to be that. That's what I was avoiding at all costs. I'm not going to be on World Star.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I don't know.
No, I fully understand.
No, that's the thought process. That's the modern day thought process.
You don't want to be that guy, but I'm telling you, dude,
I don't want conflict. Number one. Number two, I don't want to be on World Star Hip Hop.
Dude, guys knocking out chicks who get into the mix of just I'll fuck you. There's a brand new one on World Star from a day or two ago. That's just a guy. I mean, but the girl squares up. She comes to fight the guy, and the guy's like, "Get out of here!" And then he ends up just knocking her, just dropping her with two shots, and it's like, what are you doing?
I have a hard time, time watching those. I have a hard time watching those videos. The ones I don't have a hard time watching is where the girl talks shit for her, and then her boyfriend gets beat up because the girl talks shit.
You like those?
Love those.
Those are good too. No, I'm telling, dude.
The poor schmuck that gets whooped because his fucking girlfriend.
The rule that you can't be hit does not give you a fucking complete pass to be whatever the fuck you want to be.
Yeah, but for Rocco to be enjoying a concert and turn around and then just fucking see just your wife getting lit up by two teenage girls, you're like, what did you do?
Perfect. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I'd flatten both their fucking 16-year-old girl noses. I think I'd make them leak out good. Rocco,
yeah,
thanks,
you,
Rocco. You want to take line one here? Because we got a couple goodies. But
yeah, I want to know what he's talking about.
Sure. We got Colin from the Bay Area.
Hey, guys. Crackle.
Crackle, brother.
What live incident did you have?
I actually had a live incident with you two, as it would turn out. I was at the live taping of the Bonfire at Clusterfest.
Fun show.
And
great show.
Waiting before the show, Jacob made his somewhat infamous warning messages, which were super threatening as they came across.
Oh, of course.
Swear to God, if one of you motherfuckers moves,
he's just walking down
at a camera. This is a 45 millimeter. It is a hand cannon. If you talk out of line, you will have a hole in your chest, and I will be the one that puts it there. Now, I explain it once. After that, 45 here does the talking. Now, for those of you who get on your phones, you will lose a hand like an Arab thief.
But what happened with you, Colin?
Well, the best part about that was, everyone was having a good laugh about it, but, there were some people in the room who, I don't know why the fuck they showed up if they didn't know what they were getting into, but one guy sitting right, like, one row behind me, just as soon as he heard Jacob's voice go, oh, I knew they'd have Jesselnick do the intros like this. That's definitely Jesselnick's voice.
Oh.
And then, out of the blue, one guy, like, one further row back, just goes, you fucking boner. It just made me laugh my ass off.
Oh, because the guy goes, I knew Jesselnick would do these introductions. It's Jacob going,
exactly.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, they thought I was, they thought you were Jesselnick?
Yeah.
That's nice. Nice compliment.
The guy got called a boner.
You boner.
You boner. Well, thanks for calling in, Colin. Thanks for coming to the live show, too.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Fucking
Like,
great time at Clusterfest.
I've never been on the other side of being part of, like, at a comedy show where someone's heckling the show that I'm watching. I've never had that, ever. But I can only imagine as another audience member being like, you see, that's why it's so easy if someone's being a real piece of shit to get the crowd to turn on them. Why? Because like it's like people go, it's like, oh, come on, man. It's like, shut the fuck up.
I was
Let's
at
let this guy go.
one of the first comedy shows I ever saw. Actually, my first comedy show I ever saw live was Dave Chappelle in Denver. And this guy was fucking nonstop yelling something out, and he was in a wheelchair. He just kept fucking screaming. It was like this old biker guy. He had like Lieutenant Dan legs where they were just like, the pants were folded on his stumps, and he just kept fucking yelling. Chappelle was doing this bit about what white people eat, and he kept going, pussy! Pussy!
Yeah,
and then Chappelle was like,
thing.
man, black people, I understand we have a bad thing with this. And he was going into another bit, and then the guy kept going, pussy! Pussy! And then Chappelle goes, sir, when I can look at the side of a box and go, hey, there's more calcium in this than a glass of milk, then I would consider pussy a food. and then the guy was like, I was just trying to, and then they fucking got on him.
Before we take this next call, which it just reminded me of something too. When I was on tour opening for, that was Slipknot, Slayer was the big two on that one, on the Mayhem Fest.
Yeah,
I did like a couple weeks of it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if like I should have Isabella, like Carla, bring Isabella up for the show because I have access, so it's like I don't have to put her in the middle of the people. But like, is this an appropriate place to even walk her through? And for the 2 weeks, it was. I was actually, you know what, man, for being Slayer, it's an older band, though, Slayer, so it's maybe just a little more docile, you know what I mean? It's like Motorhead was on the thing. It's like you're getting a little bit of older group, even though it's still pretty rock and roll-y, like Scuzzy, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
There's that's the fun of it, you know what I mean? And she might get to see some fun stuff, and at the same time, it's not really a bad place for a kid that was, I guess, at the time, I don't know.
10?
What, maybe? Maybe 9.
9 or 10?
So, she, finally the day comes, I bring her up, and we're in the soundboard watching Slipknot, and we just look up to our right. I told you the story before, right?
Yeah.
And there's a guy just like finger fucking his chick like so hard, like right in the front, and Isabella's looking at it too, and I'm like, no, look at that crazy, look at
their
this,
masks.
look at all those masks on stage. Those guys are crazy.
Baby, look at the weird clowns.
She's like, why do you and mom keep looking up at the thing? I'm like, oh no, just there's so many people. And the girl's just kind of like, she's almost like holding on the railing, like looking at my daughter in the eyes, like, this is what it's like eventually.
Yeah, if
you want somebody to love you.
If you listen to this music too much, this is what happens. By the way, he has no rhythm or grace to this.
That said, Chuck in New Mexico, I love this. From the write up that Black Lou wrote. Chuck, what do you got, my friend?
I had to call because of Dan, because I was in the golf business in the Midwest, and then I lived in Colorado Springs, and we used to be state fair or fair goers down there at Pueblo.
Oh yeah, I know.
Pueblo family.
Yeah.
Well, you never get anybody worth shit. So one year we went, and it was like Casey and the Sunshine Band, and there's all these.
Yeah, no, fair acts are always the best.
Pat Benatar and her husband.
yeah.
And all the fucking carny workers and shoe clerks in the world, So anyway, the fucking monkeys are there.
Oh
And
man, with
we
your
get a
voice,
late-
that could go real racial quick.
Well,
oh God, you're gonna need to slow that down there, Chuck.
Never been a fan of the monkeys.
There you go. All right, buddy. No, so you're at the fairground in the Monkeys, and this is the full lineup. No one's died yet.
well, no, there's a bunch of like there's some low life rock bands, but we went because I've got a level with you. I'm 60 now, but I feel like a young 60. But there's a gal sitting in front of us with one of those fair deals that they give you that'll hold about like 2 gallons of Everclear and Coke.
They really want you to get fucked up at every fair, don't they?
Yeah, and she looks like olive oil. I've got my 5-year-old boy, my 10-year-old daughter, and my 16-year-old daughter, and she starts talking about heading from the school bus to hurry home to watch Davy Jones so she can rub one out and lock her door in her room.
That's so funny.
I'll tell you
Now, it ties into Christine. I've got a wife, well, it's my ex now, but she would fight at the drop of a hat and say anything to anybody that was out of line.
So she was the opposite of Christine.
Oh, fuck. Well, so bad to the point that one time I ran into Junior Seau behind a pole at Underground at the airport, and she said, "You gonna let that motherfucker run into you like that?" I go, "Yeah, I am."
Why don't you go kill yourself, Junior Seau?
I hope you shoot yourself in the chest so science can read your brain.
No shit. And so anyway, we get security called on us in Pueblo, Colorado, because my wife is going to choke this trailer lady out.
Yeah, because she's all like, let me tell you a secret, honey. When I used to go home, I would just fucking jam a finger in there looking at the Monkeys.
I'll tell you what, you put a hairbrush up your butt, you'll come twice as quick.
She goes,
and twice as hard.
Davy Jones's voice is pretty much just lube.
You heard it from Aunt Marianne.
That's my aunt's name.
You heard it here first from Aunt Marianne.
True, I swear to God, that's my
you put a
aunt's name.
hairbrush up your butt, you'll come twice as quick, twice as hard.
I love that.
It works the first time, every time.
I love that you went white trash and just fucking blasted it out of the park and got my family involved.
Well, in defense of Christine, it's better to have one because my wife, the middle belt loop on her Levi's, she didn't have one of them from me grabbing her and taking her out.
That's so funny. I love that was his leash.
Let's go. You fucked up another Monkeys concert for us.
Oh, goddamn. Can I take you in public once without getting the itch to fight?
I wish Christine would just talk a little shit, something.
I'm like, make love, not war.
She sure is.
Oh, dude, that's great. Chuck, thanks for calling in.
I'm going to go home and punch my own clit to Mickey Dolenz.
Oh, do you understand? I used to just kneel down on the edge of my stair railing because I love Davy Jones.
We'll take our last break. When we come back, we'll talk to Stacy from Boston, who... What do you think can go wrong at a Lionell Richie concert?
Nothing.
Well, she'll tell you when we come back. It's the Bonfire. Crackle, crackle.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
That's when I sleep in. So hard when I take my opiates.
I want to be free.
His daughter's on the show now looking all right. Nicole Richie. Looks all right, too. She's cute.
It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder, that's Big J. Oakerson. We're doing live concerts. More specifically, shitty people at live concerts.
Yeah, we're talking shitty people at live concerts. When I saw what Black Lou wrote for Stacy in Boston, I got very excited for this one. That's why we're playing Lionell Richie here. But this is the last thing you expect to be going on at a Lionell Richie concert. Stacy, you there?
Yes, I am. How you guys doing?
How are you, Stacy?
Stacy.
Doing well. Thank you for taking the call.
Absolutely.
Of course.
So, the Lionell Richie, least expected. I had got my parents, who are in their mid-60s, tickets one Christmas. They saw him at Mohegan Sun a couple of years ago.
Okay, good venue, fun, perfect.
I like it. It comes off racist, by the way. It's Mohegan Sun, Mohican Sun. The Mohicans.
Well, that actually could be my accent. I don't know.
No, yeah, it is. I'm just joking anyway, Stacey.
So there was my parents had pretty decent seats, and a few rows in front of them, there was a guy who was mentally disabled, and he was standing up every once in a while, getting very excited.
Yeah.
Sit down, retard!
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch Richie!
You're fucking ruining it for me. Someone fucking have that waterhead sit down.
Hey, doof! Let the colored guy sing!
He goes, this is the song that makes me feel the happiest.
So that's exactly what happened. The row in front of him, there was a pretty drunk 30-something couple who started exactly saying that and started pushing the guy.
Oh, come on.
My father wasn't going to stand for this and tapped the guy on the shoulder and said, hey, guy, just leave him alone. And he swung at my father. And the guy's girlfriend jumped on my father and started hitting him. So my mother...
How old
did your dad get loose on that bitch a little bit?
He goes, I don't think... You don't understand. I'm from a different time. Where I had a ton of practice at home.
A woman stay in her place?
Oh, you want to do close combat? Yeah. Hopping over? Yeah. I call this one the New Deal.
What's this on your shirt?
Yeah. Hey, who's got your nose? I got your face. So this woman jumps on your dad.
Yeah, my mother saw it. She leapt over into that row and started grabbing the girl by the hair.
Yes! That's what you're supposed to do, Christine.
And we all know this makes the special needs guy just lose his shit. He's like, why is everyone fighting?
The noises!
Not during Lionel Richie! He's got two of them by the neck.
Fucking let me down. Let me down. Fucking kid, this fucking guy's strong.
Say you're sorry to a young lady.
Say sorry to her.
You got your parents' tickets to a lodge because they came home from a scrap.
Yeah, they come home.
It's such a funny thing.
But Lionel Richie's team heard about it, gave them tickets to the next show for free, and then called them out in the show to thank them for sticking up for people and things like that.
Yeah, that's great.
They were kicked out. So.
All right, y'all. You want to meet some real-ass niggas? I'd like to point you out to the front row there. That's Stanley and Ida.
Stanley right here, he's sticking up for retarded people. So much so that he'll fight a woman. That's progress. That is progress. That right there is what society needs to become. Men fighting women for the honor of special needs. He goes,
hey, fucking sit down, you fucking retard.
Sir, hey, sir, stop, leave him alone. He's just a guy enjoying the show.
Who the fuck are you?
Leave that Google-eyed boy alone.
Oh, let him lick the back of his hand and enjoy the show.
I know he's facing the wrong way, but that's the way he enjoys it.
He takes music in through his back like a whale. Just let him enjoy it. And then they worry.
Who the fuck are you? Don't fucking touch my husband. Fuck you. I'll kill you.
Yo, someone's got to tell your lady to cool it down. And I've got ice and cube right here. Time to put her on ice, baby.
Oh, looks like we're shutting down your store early, whore.
I'm going to show you how I taught my wife to behave in 1952. That lesson has stuck 35 years. Yeah!
I hope you got a set of nuts under that dress, sweetheart, because I'm about to knock you in the next week.
Oh, you don't know me. I was a Golden Gloves champ in 1948, and I fought in the women's division.
I didn't know if she was one of those transgenders or what have you.
It's too progressive. I have to lay them all out.
There's so many.
I was fighting anyone with an IQ over 80.
I say knock them all out and check for dicks later.
Pick up their skirts when you're clearing them off the field. Oh, you don't know what they called me. I was old ruleless Kid Stanley. anyone got in my way, I'd chew right through them.
Wow, what a backfire of a present, Stacey. They weren't upset with you, were they?
Well, it's spot on, and actually, my father was joking around saying he had flashbacks from Vietnam in it, but nonetheless, they had a good story afterwards.
Yeah, well, thanks for calling in with your story, Stacey, because that's
Thank you.
What a domino effect that is. Mom, I got you these tickets because I know you and Dad love Lionel Richie. It's going to be a real low-key evening.
Your father doesn't like going out.
Oh, if your father has a fight, that could go wrong.
You know he can't sit still and take shit from anybody.
I hope no one picks on anyone lesser at the show.
You know your father's a retard vigilante.
He's the Batman of Waterheads. He goes, thank you for saving me, Cape Crusader. He goes, my name's Stanley. And trust me, the pleasure was mine. I haven't fought a woman in decades.
Just padding stats at this point.
Looks like I still got it.
Janice in Canada, this might be our last one. Janice.
How's it going?
Hi, Janice.
How's it going?
Oh, we do have one more after this. You're right. Janice, again, what's going on, Janice? What part of Canada are you from?
You probably never heard of it, but Mississauga.
Oh,
that sounds completely made up.
No, it's on the map when you're flying. When they show you the map when you're flying over to go to Edmonton or whatever.
Mississauga.
Yeah, it's close to Toronto.
Okay.
Boom.
Well, I was going to basically it was at a club, but Licenzo. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Who's Licenzo?
Who the fuck is Licenzo?
Licenzo is he kind of like a Brazilian music.
Oh, I think he's in the fishbowl here performing.
Is this Licenzo? Wait, here he is. Chenzo.
Locenzo? Oh, he goes by Chens.
Of course he does.
And so anyways, I went to go see him at a club with a bunch of my girls.
That's not him.
And I went to go grab some drinks, and then as I was going back towards where my girls were, a fight broke out. And so I'm there with, a bunch of drinks in my hand, and one guy gets punched in the face, gets kind of knocked out a little bit. As he gets up, his face is right at my face.
That's so
funny. And he just swings at me, and drinks flying, blood everywhere.
Wait, did he hit you?
Yeah, he hit me.
Square in the face.
Square in the face. Blood, the whole 9 yards.
Wait a sec.
That'll teach you not to go to a Licenzo concert.
Yeah. Oh, how was Licenzo? Let me just tell you this. The bass was kicking and the dudes were punching.
I mean, it's like if you went to go see Juice in the theater in 1993.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're asking for trouble.
Yeah. Go to New Jack City and wear the wrong colors.
Oh, is this Chenzo right here? Oh, you know what? Janice, you deserve everything you got.
Janice, I really hope he hit you in your ear to correct your tastes.
My friends wanted to go. They wanted to dress up, party up a little bit, so that's where we went.
Did you go home and throw out all of your Licenzo CDs after that?
No, but the guy did get his ass kicked when he got out of the club.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. He tells that story way different. He goes, dude, went to Licenzo. It was so frustratingly shitty that I just knock a chick out.
He goes, I'm at Licenzo. I'm telling anyone that'll hear me, this dude sucks. Someone punches me. I kind of go wobbly. I get up. I mean, he was face to face with you. And then just took a swing?
He just took a swing, and I think it's because he thought he was still fighting the guy. And then he came up, and it was me, and I was like, whoa, like, what?
That's funny. He's knocking everybody out. He goes, anybody want a beer?
She goes, no, Gloria, I have your Long Island iced tea.
He's fucking eating a shot.
That's the Malibu Bay Breeze Light Ice. Ow!
But it's like when a wide receiver eats a shot from a linebacker across the middle. She goes,
guys, I got your Corona in your ticket.
Oh, I am so sorry that you got punched, Janice, but that is Janice. I read that wrong.
Oh, that's okay.
Janice.
Well, you guys are hilarious.
Well,
thank you, Janice. And Janice.
And now you have nothing to be afraid of because you've already been tested. Your jaw's been tested.
She hung up.
Okay.
She was on limited minutes.
She gets it.
She was a prepaid phone. This would be our last call.
Because I want to know if this is true.
Yeah, this can't be. It can't be. Shane in Illinois.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, dude?
What's up, Shane?
Hey, I got a great one for you. So, this happened back in the mid-'90s. Me and a 3 friends went to one of those alternative package arena tours that they were doing back then, radio festivals. It was like Sheryl Crow and the Gin Blossoms, like 20 other alternative bands all in one lineup. And we went because we were huge fans of British indie, Britpop, that kind of stuff. In the middle of the lineup, the Stone Roses were playing. Favorite band of all time. It was a mission of ours to get backstage and meet them. So we went, and before the show, we had faked up these Stone Roses laminate tags that didn't get us anywhere, but we thought they looked official, that we might be able to sneak our way backstage.
Okay. I'll tell you what, not a terrible plan, Shane. I've gone my first day of doing like a new tour, like Oddball the next year, or Mayhem the next year after I did it. The first day I go and you got to get backstage. Before I start explaining everything, I just show my last year's, but they have no idea. Most of those people have no fucking idea. It's true.
So smart idea, Shane. Did it work?
So, yes. So there's 4 of us, and one of us is a girl, and we decided, let's send the girl in with the tits, because she's got a better shot of getting past the door than a bunch of fucking doofy dudes like us.
Yeah, great. So, again, you were playing this perfectly.
Yep, so she goes up, shows her pass, just struts right through the backstage, and is gone for a really long time. And we're like, what the hell? And like 15 minutes later, the bass player from the Stone Roses comes out and gets us.
That's awesome. But you also...
I thought he was going to come out and let all you guys smell his fingers. He goes, is this your friend?
Well, there is a pig back here.
Well, here's the thing, though. Unbeknownst to us, our friend had gone backstage, made her way to the Roses dressing room, and had told the band that she had 3 friends who were dying to meet them.
Oh.
What she didn't tell them is that we were dudes.
Oh, boy.
It's amazing when a girl doesn't really fully get that. I had a thing...
She goes, what? You guys like them? I told them that they were really excited to meet you, and they were like, I thought they liked you because they were
I remember telling a black friend years ago, when he was trying to get chicks for us.
Yeah.
A black friend saying to me, he's like, oh, yeah, come hang out with me and my boy. Me and my boy Jay are hanging out. He's like, cool, blah, blah, blah. And the girls were like, okay. And then he hung up with him, and I said, did you tell him that I'm white?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, no, what difference does it make? I go, I bet it makes a difference. And he calls him back. He goes, by the way, my boy's white. Oh, no, man, he's cool. No, he had to start actually explaining it away again. And I'm like, yeah, look at that, man. So you got to give those details,
man.
You
need the info on all that shit.
Because here's the thing, all she's doing is setting you guys up to deal with a bunch of shit.
Yeah, because if a girl was ever like, "Hey, do you want?" I remember that girl Jeannie that would always tease me from high school and be like, "I like you, no, I don't like you. I kind of like you, no, I don't like you." That's
why you raped her.
No, what? Oh. One time when I came back from New York, she was like, "Do you want to hang out with me and my friend?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And it's her and a dude. I'm all,
oh my
fucking
fuck!
Hang out. Fuck you.
Oh Lord. Anyway, go ahead.
So we get backstage, and the band is not at all pleased to see a bunch of dudes in there, right? And
did you tell me you guys were willing to put out those still?
We're back there for 5 minutes, and the band is like, well, we're leaving, but you guys can hang out in the room and drink up the rest of our beer if you want.
Cool.
That's cool.
So we did. The band leaves, and we're sitting back there partying in the dressing room. About an hour goes by, and suddenly we realize, we don't have any credentials or anything, and we're in this backstage area. If anyone were to walk in and find us, we'd just be screwed, right? So we're like, we need to get out of here. So I go to the door, and by this point, I'm pretty good lit. And I open the dressing room door in a hurry, and hand to God, hit Warren Cucurella from Duran Duran in the head with the door.
No.
And suddenly, we are in a hallway where Duran Duran is going from the dressing room to the stage, and we are in a throng of supermodels, and you can smell makeup off Duran Duran members from feet away. And Warren Cucurella looks at me and goes, what the fuck? And posts up with both fists up.
No.
Like, I'm about to square down with Duran Duran's touring guitar player.
Dude, why the fuck is he putting his fist up to you?
Oh, you go,
just because?
If he did that, I'd go like this. Motherfucker, wrong, dude. I'm hungry like a wolf. He goes, I'm going to fight you, then I'm going to wash all that makeup off after I kiss you.
Oh.
So what happened?
Well, I just kind of tried to shamelessly apologize. And I'm like, dude, I didn't mean to hit you in the face. I'm sorry. He's like, watch what you're doing. And suddenly the hallway's just like dead silent as all these people are kind of heading to the stage. And we're just in this weird Duran Duran caravan all of a sudden. And my buddy goes, dude, what the fuck should we do? And I go, I don't know. I'm going to follow Nick Rhodes and see what happens.
You're like, I don't know, man. Just grab a tambourine, man. Stop asking questions.
I don't know. When you hear the drums kick in, follow the lead.
I don't know, man. Keep in time and let's just have fun out there.
I think you just fought. I think you just fought your way into Duran Duran.
Really thinking all the chaos. We could have walked on stage with him. We really could have.
Oh, dude, that would have been great. I mean, if you would have almost fought him and then joined the band on stage, that would have been a fucking great night. Shane, thanks for calling in.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Sarah McPants apparently was in a fight with 3 drunk hipsters, 2 guys and 1 girl who kept trying to pull her hair to get her involved.
No, her ex was in a fight. He got into a fight at
Arcade Fire?
Arcade Fire concert, which I said, that band's trouble.
I've always said that.
Montreal, Canada. Can't trust them. They're not to be trusted.
They are.
3 drunk hipsters. Man, it's so funny too, like those nerdy guys that'll get in the fights, like almost to get beat up, because like when they tell the story, it's kind of like some gorilla tried to fucking
some alpha male jerk was just like trying to invade my space, and I stood up, and then really it's like, oh, I wouldn't put my cell phone down, and then
I probably hated women and probably hated
and he had it all. Well,
what an amazing live week this week, guys!
It was fun.
Next week, I've had a lot of fun this week.
Next week we will be on vacation, but we still got cool shit going on. Even though we're not going to be doing live shows, you can check out Big J Oakerson on Conan. He's going to be doing panel. That's fucking awesome. It's Wednesday, September 27th. So set your DVRs right now for Conan to see Big J. And then this weekend he's going to be at the Providence Comedy Connection, the Rhode Island Comedy Connection, September 22nd and the 23rd. And then Sunday the 24th he's going to be at Cabot Comedy Club in Chicopee, Mass.
Justin Silver with me on that.
That's going to be a fun run. Go get tickets at bigjcomedy.com. And, of course, follow us at the Bonfire SXM.
Also, Lewis texted me during the show here to say that the podcast, Legion of Skanks podcast, Belly Room, officially sold out.
Nice!
But there are still tickets available.
For the main room.
For the main room stand-up show. Then he gave me some of the names we have on there. We have Kurt Metzger is going to be joining us.
Awesome.
Tony Hinchcliffe. Nikki Glazer.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Who else do we have here? Yeah, me, Lewis, Dave, obviously. Josh Adam Myers hosting it from the Goddamn Comedy Jam.
It'll be a fun show.
It's absolutely awesome and funny as hell. So yeah, we're gonna have a blast out there. Tomorrow we have a Lost Tapes episode. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and then it's gonna lead into a whole bunch of nonsense we're gonna be getting to when we come back from this break. So we'll see you guys in a week live.
Don't forget Fat Black Pussycat next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. I'll be doing a show with Tim Dillon and a couple other people. ComedyCellar.com for tickets.
Yes, and also don't forget to catch Dan at Rumors Comedy Club in Winnipeg, Canada, September 28th through September 30th, and then San Diego at the American Comedy Company, October 5th through October 7th. Get all your tickets for Dan's shows at dansoder.com, and make sure you check out his half-hour specials, part of the stand-ups on Netflix, available now. Love you, Danny.
Love you, Jay.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bombs.